Hello and welcome to the Aquascape channel. This time we are building an 80-liter tank by Blau Aquaristik. I start by placing down a layer of small lava rocks which I put in a mesh bag. This helps with the beneficial bacteria, underground water flow and also saves on expensive soil. Over the lava rocks I put the soil in a slope to create depth. In the front is the least amount of soil and it will slope towards the back. Always make sure your soil is deep enough for planting. Around 3 to 4 cm is minimum. When I'm done with the soil, it's time for the hardscape. For this build I only use dragon stone and dragon wood, which is also called ancient wood. I start with the rocks first, making sure that the texture points in the same direction. I'm going for a triangle composition here, so higher on the right and lower on the left. It took some time to get to a composition that I liked. Always take your time when assembling the hardscape, since it's really hard to change it afterwards. This wood piece was my favorite and I wanted it to be a main point of the scape. It's actually two pieces glued together and they form a nice curve. I also glued the wood pieces to the dragon stones so they won't float and don't move when I'm doing maintenance. Gluing pieces of hardscape is really simple. You just need some cotton or kitchen paper, put it between the pieces you want to glue and then just use some cyanoacrylate super glue. It will harden in a few seconds and it's completely plant and fish safe. Next part is the foreground area. First I push the soil back a bit with a brush. Then I filled the foreground with the ADA La Plata sand. In this scape I don't want to see the soil, so I also put some over it in the middle area. Once I was done, I put some more detailed stones in. Now it's time for the planting. All the plants I use are from Tropica and I bought them in the in vitro cups. The plants were used in the previous setup, which I broke down the evening before. I start with Rotala rotundifolia hra in the back. This is a fast growing plant which gets a nice red color under strong light and the right nutrition. The mermaid weed gets next to the Rotala in the middle of the scape. I really like the look of this plant, but you don't see it very often. The Helianthum tenellum, which is a grass type plant, is placed all over the scape and even glued to the wood. This plant sends out runners, so you need to have an eye on it or it will be everywhere. Always spray your plants so they don't dry out. Some plants will die quite quick or need a long recover time. The Alteranthera reniki mini is also a mid-ground plant. For a red plant it's incredibly easy and a favorite of many aquascapers. Staurogyne repens are used for some different texture in the green plants. It looks really nice next to the hardscape. Eleocharis mini is a foreground plant in this scape. When planted into soil it forms carpet really quickly. It will also grow on the sand part, but not as dense. Bucephalandra catgum were put on the left side of the tank, and Bucephalandra brownie ghost, the only plant that is not from Tropica in this tank, I put in the middle. Bucephalandras are slow growing plants, so you normally want to place them in darker areas. Here they will get a lot of light, so it will be interesting to see how much algae they will get. The moss I used was the weeping moss, which I glued to the hardscape. Lastly, one of my favorite plants, the Hygrophila pinnatifida. I plant this one last because it dries out very quickly, but I can never have a scape without this plant. It's always fascinating in which directions it will grow and it will attach itself to the hardscape. Now it's time to get the tank to its place, which I really shouldn't have done alone, and to fill it up with water. The light I use is the Chihiros RGB Vvid Mini. A lot of the Chihiros lights have a built-in Bluetooth controller, so it's very convenient to set up the light. I will light this tank for 8 hours. For filtration I use the JBL cristalprofi E402 with the Sika matrix as the biological filter media. A bigger filter would be nice, but it wouldn't fit into the Kallax shelf. For CO2 I use the Soda Stream bottles with the Tropica pressure reducer and diffuser. At this point I want to thank you a lot for watching. If you enjoyed the video, you would help me out a lot by liking, subscribing and sharing the video. I wish you all a wonderful day and happy scaping.